I'm Terry Morrill, General Manager of Pacific Outdoor Living. And this is a project that we did at my house 15 years ago. Still looks great today. So some of the issues and problems that we had is that we were on a slope. One side of the lot to the other dropped almost 2 feet in the backyard. And we wanted to put in a pond. I kept trying to figure out if we could get a pond that would hold water on its slope. And after lengthy research, we found that they just didn't exist. So we ended up putting, I don't know, 15 tons of dirt that we hauled in to the backyard. Usually we demo and take things out, but we had to raise it. So we raised the south end of the property about 18 inches. So that was a bit of a challenge. And another area that we did in the side yard, since the water slopes down to that area, we could either dump the water on our neighbor's property, which is pretty much what happened until we created a solution. The floor is all built out of permeable pavers. And we put in a base material underneath it because we didn't have any way to get the water out of the backyard. So I said, hey, let's just dig a depth to put in open graded gravel, which is kind of a storage area for the water until it seeps in to the ground below. When it rains, the water drains, and this used to be a muddy mess. But it solved that. It's a nice, clean, easy surface to work on. And it's amazing. The paving stones, look great. The pond ponds mature. They create their ecosystem, they get plants, and it's also a good hangout for ducks. So we would have, just about every year, this female duck, and what is it, duckist and ducker?
Duck and drake.
A duck and drake, okay. So every year the duck and drake would fly into our pond and they would have ducklings. So my wife would feed them. In the morning my wife would come out and then she would go to the garage and get the food, and then we had a long pool net that she put the food in, then dumped it on the island, which was in the middle of the pool. As soon as she'd walk out the back door, the duck would jump out of the pond and come running over to her and wait, for her to go in there. And then she'd walk out, they'd jump back into the pond and swim out to the island. So this was just a routine. Another year, somehow the ducks missed and they landed in a neighbor's pool. The neighbor said, listen, you mind somehow taking the ducks and put them in your pond? We don't want them in our pool. I said, yeah, no problem at all, no problem. So what we can do, we got all the chicklets. We could reach in with a net, pick up the chicklets, we put them in a cardboard box, took the box out, and the mother and the father are following us because they goes, wait, where are you taking our chicks? So we take them into the pond in the back, let the chicks in, and then everybody runs and dives into the pool. So anyhow, you get those kind of things when you have a pond. So one of the most used rooms in the house is the outside. Every morning, coffee, hanging out, the weekends. It's just a great place.